a huge focus of ours was how do we acquire bigger deals? Buy for $80,000, sell for $200,000. Funding deals become very, very big for us, where we have taught hundreds of people how to do this. They bring us deals and we partner on them. You bring a deal to us, it's not just here's the money. It is here's the money, and we also have this Discord chat. We're also here to help if you guys need anything, and there's a ton of value in that. That's our business model right now, is spend a lot of money on mail, send a lot of mail, get a lot of leads, then close some every once in a while. It's hard when you spend $3,000-$4,000 on mail, then you get a rinky-dink deal. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host, Ron Apke, for this episode. Really happy to be here with everybody. Today in this episode, I am going to be simply talking about our future, my future goals in land investing, doing deals, how we're going to do deals, how many deals we're going to do, the size of the deals we're going to try to do, and everything around that. We've been in the business for quite a few years now. We've obviously started educating. We've started bringing in different avenues of doing deals, what that looks like in our business. So in this episode, I'm going to transparently open up about our future business goals, with more so with how we're going to do deals, what kind of deals we're looking for, and everything like that. But like I said, really appreciate you guys hopping in here today. If you guys have not already, hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, on Apple, if you can please share this with one person that you think could find this episode valuable, one person who could maybe be a future land investor, whatever that is. But let's get into it. So as our business has scaled, we've hired employees. One thing over the years, or one thing we've kind of hit a wall with, probably not hit a wall, but in the last 12, 18 months, was doing deals for $10,000 profit, $15,000 profit became, I don't want to say it wasn't a profitable business model doing that, because it is. And you can make a ton of money doing even sub $10,000 profit deals. There are people who are doing 5,000 profit deals and doing 100 of them a year, making $500,000. They're very happy. They're making a ton of money. And that is a possibility. But what Daniel and I realized, Daniel's my business partner and brother. If you guys do not know, if you guys have not listened before, but one thing we realized was it just was the resources we were putting out to get one of those deals was not necessarily worth the reward, and it didn't have the final destination that we really wanted. Not so as much as like we're not making money on the deal. It's just the final destination of doing a targeting. So what it looks like is, one, you got to target, you got to send mail, you got to send text to get a $10,000 profit deal. Then we have a salesperson we have a answering service who's answering the phone for that. Then you have a salesperson who's calling them back in the purchase agreement. Maybe that happens on the first call. Maybe it takes a week, 2 weeks of following up, whatever that looks like. And then once that happens, we get a purchase agreement. Now we have our transaction coordinator coming in, doing due diligence. Then we have our COO reviewing that final due diligence. And it's a lot of people, a lot of time that is happening to make one deal happen. And when Daniel and I met probably 12, 18 months ago, in terms of like future business things, a huge focus of ours was how do we acquire bigger deals? What does that look like in our business? What do we need? What kind of operations do we need for that? What does our focus have to be when we're sending mail? Do we need to send a higher volume mail? Is it going to be harder to find deals? Like, is it going to take more mail to get one deal? And I'll get all into that. But that's what our conversation looked like. Probably it was beginning of 2023 when we really started talking about this. And that's when we were reviewing 2022 goal or 2022 results. I remember this conversation very well. We were looking back at it like, yeah, we did really well in 2022, but how do we get our average profit margin up? Our average profit margin in 2022, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I want to say around $19,000. That's after we paid funders, investors, whatever that was. So going into 2023, at the start of 2023, when we're talking about those goals, that's when we really were looking at like, okay, how do we get that $18,000 profit up to 25, 27? we were not when you have a business model that's working so well, you don't want to just cut everything out that's working. Like, we don't want to just like, okay, we're only doing $100,000 profit deals and above. I think that's stupid. I think it's a way to go out of business. If you don't know how to do a $100,000 deal, I'm not saying we didn't, but we didn't know how to do 5 of those a month, 3 of those a month, even 1 a month. That's not what we were doing in the past. So we're not going to throw out everything that's working. But what our plan was, okay, let's shift our focus. Let's send mail for bigger lots. Let's be a little more aggressive with our pricing on bigger lots. And one of our huge goals, Q1 of 2023, was get 6-figure deals. And this was more so the purchase side, get 6-figure deals. And it was something that we were doing every once in a while before that, but it was not a high volume of business. We wanted this to be producing 50+% of our profit. Not necessarily 50% of our deals, but we wanted this producing about 50% of our profit. We were still going to take those buy for 20, sell for 40,000, buy for 18, sell for 35, 37,000, whatever it looks like, those other deals. But we wanted to figure out how to get 6-figure deals. And what we set to do was, one, very simple, target them. If you're not targeting 6-figure deals, you're not going to get them. So if we do not have a larger volume of offers out the door that are offering $100,000 plus, we weren't going to get those deals. So that is something that we really, really focused on. And every single mailer we sent, every county we chose, we were mailing up to 1,000 acres. It didn't matter. Like, we were mailing up to, I don't want to say for sure 1,000 acres, but 200 to 1,000. Sometimes if it's a really, really expensive county, 200 acres might be going for $6 million. So that's what that looked like. That was our starting point. We want to do more 6-figure deals, target more 6-figure properties, period. So then we had a conversation with our salesperson who dealt with all the inbound leads. And we kind of told him, this is our goal. Some of them are going to be, we think, because we hadn't done as many of these, it's not a high volume, but we kind of put in plan some operations behind longer lead time, in terms of maybe these 6-figure leads are going to take 6 months to close, 3 months to close. So we started putting in some operations for lead follow-up, for other things when you get these bigger things. And we kind of told him, these smaller deals, buy for 15, sell for 35, buy for 20, sell for 40. Let's try to close these fast. Let's be aggressive on the phone with these. Let's get these deals through. We want our business to be bigger deals. That is how we scale. We have a team of 8, 9, 10 people. And the amount of people that go into doing one $20,000 deal doesn't change if it's a $100,000 deal. And that was our huge reasoning, is the operations, our cost in terms of the people doesn't change with a 20, maybe a salesperson makes a few more calls with a $100,000 deal, but overall the business model doesn't change. Our cost doesn't change in terms of the time output our employees, our people need to put into a deal. But that was what it looked like. Send more mail, talk to our salesperson, explain the process with that. And then it was like, okay, let's see what happens. So Q1 2023, we hit a really, really good quarter. It was one of our best quarters, if not our best quarter ever. And that was the biggest reason. We had 150, we always wanted in our pipeline 5 to 10 legitimate leads for 6-figure deals. And we knew when we were offering higher acreages, a 6-figure deal could be also a project-based deal. It could be a subdivide deal because we're offering higher acres. So it could turn into a subdivide deal. And we knew that when we're sending that mail out, we knew that. And we talked with our salesperson. We explained that, where we might be able to pay a little more on some of these properties where we were not offering anymore based on expected potential subdividing. We didn't want to do that. That wasn't our business model. Let's still get a volume mail, 20, 30,000 mailers every single month, and see what we can do with that. See what leads come in when we're sending high priced mail and we're sending high acres. So like I said, first quarter was great. ton of big leads. We started closing big deals. We got a subdivide deal that was buy for 120, sell for 350. I'm not going to remember all these, but buy for 80,000, sell for 200,000. And it was just big deal after big deal. We were not cutting our acreage off. So we were just, these things were coming in, they're coming in fast. We were good at evaluating land. And that's one of the biggest things for us was we felt very confident in being able to say yes or no to these deals. I can say it's not going to change my speed saying yes to $100,000 deal versus yes to a $5,000 deal. I'm going to we are going to make that deal for the seller the same speed. Some $5,000 deals need a little further due diligence. Same thing with some $100,000 deals. But overall, our average speed to close is not changing. We had investors lined up if we needed investors up to $3, $4, $5 million. So that was the whole thing. Let's see how much land we can buy at 40 to 50% of market value and go from there. And we blasted it off, and we were pushing for these deals extremely hard. And that was our focus. And that's the thing, guys, when you start going for these big deals and you can offer cash, you have funding partners, you have these relationships, you can grow your business so darn fast. Because these sellers, these land sellers who live in New Jersey and we're offering their land in Tennessee, and they've never been to land, or they've been to land once, they inherited, whatever the situation is. And then they get this letter offering $250,000 cash. It's intriguing. Like, it really is intriguing, even if they know it's worth 450. They think it might be worth 400. They think it might be worth, like, this is a cash offer. I say it a lot. Land, we make an illiquid asset extremely liquid. And we're not just offering $250,000 to close in X days. We're saying we'll get you this money within 2 to 3 weeks. And that's what we made happen. And the power of that, the power of those cash offers is what makes these deals happen overall, no matter what size deal you're really going for. But that is what we really pushed. So that's what 2023 looked like. It was a ton of growth. We did more six-figure deals in 2023 than we have ever done combined. Not than a single year, than we've done combined in our land career, because it was such a big focus. The other focus going forward, so that is a huge focus going forward, to kind of like just scale that up. Let's do more big deals. Let's do more project deals. The other big focus, as we've built Land Investing Online to what it is, as everything else, like obviously funding deals has become very, very big for us, where we have taught hundreds of people how to do this. They bring us deals and we partner on them. We have some kind of profit split. And we also, the great thing about what we do when we fund deals is the mentorship that they get with them. You bring a deal to us, it's not just here's the money. It is here's the money. And we also have this Discord chat. We're also here to help if you guys need anything. And there's a ton of value in that to our members and people who partner with us that aren't members as well. But going forward, basically the two things that we are focusing on is, one, helping our members out with deals, funding their deals, helping them take on bigger deals. And then for us as a company, bigger deals, project deals, stuff like that. And I'm not saying, like, if you guys are just coming into this business, we have gone away from offering land, cheap land. Like I said, initially, when we started, when Daniel and I had this conversation 12, 13 months ago, we were like, okay, we think this will work. We need to offer more big properties, but what has worked in the past is buying for 15,000, selling for 40,000. So we cannot just go away from that. That is something that we are phasing out, because how much this has worked. Because I don't care when I send 10,000 mailers if I get one deal or if I get 3 deals. I mean, yes, it's nice to get 3 deals from that, but I am not sweating over sending 5,000 mailers and not getting a deal. You start sending for big land and big land only, you're going to go 5, 10, 15,000 mailers at a time sometimes and not get a deal. But let's say it takes 20,000 mailers to get a deal. That's $12,000, $13,000 of expenses with mail and data. And then these profits are 6 figures, but like at scale, it works. at scale, it works. And that's what it is hard to conceptualize. Honestly, guys, it's not like it's something that's easy to spend $5,000, $7,000 on mail and then it take that much money, time, whatever it is. It's hard when you spend $3,000, $4,000 on mail, then you get a rinky dink deal. But when you spend, that's our business model right now, is spend a lot of money on mail, send a lot of mail, get a lot of leads, big leads, and then close some every once in a while. Not every once in a while, but you know what I mean? Scale up from there, big deals. Like that is think bigger, do bigger. That's kind of our focus. And then, like I said, partnering, hands off partnering, less hands on partnering with our members on their deals, being the investor side of that. And that's how we are scaling our land investing business. Other than that, guys, hopefully that was helpful for you guys. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button below. It really helps if you guys are watching on YouTube. If you guys are watching on Spotify or Apple, please share this with one person. Make an Instagram story, make a TikTok story, whatever it is. Tag us, tag this episode. It really helps us push this mission forward, everything around land investing. Other than that, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
As always, thank you for joining. Please do us a huge favor and like and subscribe our YouTube channel and share this with a friend. It really means the world to Ron and I, but more importantly, it could help change the life of someone else. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next episode.